Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel, Oracle of the Crows, Hypnocrow. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you to each and every one of you guys, whether you are new or a returning subscriber to my channel. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the support that you give me. Alright, so this video is for the star sign of Leo, or if you were just intuitively guided to come and watch the video. Okay, doesn't matter what sign you are. If you feel the pull, watch the video. It's because you were meant to. This is a timeless video, so when you come across it is when the time you were meant to come across it. So Leo, or intuitive viewer, we have star 1, star 2 with a pick a door card here as to which door you need to walk through to get your message. Alright, so before we get started, close your eyes and focus on your breathing. We're going to take 3 big deep breaths in for 3 seconds, hold it for 3 seconds, and then release it for 3 seconds out your mouth. Okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. So close your eyes, focus on this big breath in, holding it, now release it, and now allowing your mind and your body to relax. Take another deep breath in. With your eyes still closed, you can visualize 2 doors that are in front of you. Both of them are closed, but only one door is unlocked. I call in the spirit guide of the viewer, or Leo, to walk with them through this door. You're now going to allow the spirit guide to walk with you. You may feel a humming sound, or hear a humming sound, or just feel the change in the vibration. That's them coming in and letting you know that they are there. Allow them to be beside you. And as you exhale, see yourself reaching for the door that you are meant to walk through. Take another deep breath in and make this one even deeper than before. Keeping your eyes closed. And with this exhale, you're opening your mind. And you are now seeing yourself in your spirit guide walking through this door to see what you're meant to see when you are meant to see it. You may now open your eyes and listen to your intuition and walk through your door, viewer or Leo. Alrighty, Leos, or those who are intuitively guided here to watch this video. I'm sorry, I messed up the words there. I was laughing at myself. For those of you who chose number 1, so this is the past life oracle. So this is the door that is opening. This is what the inside, the other side of this door looks like for those of you who chose door number 1, or Leo, viewer or Leo that chose door number 1. This is a look inside that door into that light. Biblical. So they're bringing up the biblical days where you lived in the biblical time frame here. A spouse. So this could have something to do with another person. I feel like you may have come across over to the Americas. I feel like you wrote about it, you journaled it. I feel like you had a lot of wisdom within you passed down through your generation. In Native American blood, I feel like you were brought over on the ships, and I feel like there's this energy of either you or your spouse being persecuted for having these gifts. That is what I feel with the spouse coming through, and you feel like, this person, they were brought into your life for a lesson, definitely divinely guided here. Male, female energy, so you were opposite of what you are now is what I feel when I get this. I feel like they were persecuted definitely by the justice system. Yes, that is what I feel. So let's go ahead and put those 2 cards there and see what else is coming through. Okay, so during the biblical ages, I feel like you were married. Absolutely. You were definitely married. Okay. I feel like you could have been married to a Native American, or you could have been a Native American married to a different race, and you were persecuted for that. I feel like you had a shaman energy within you as well. I feel like you had a lot of medicines wrote down in your language. I feel like this could have been, in this time frame, I feel like this could have been a part of a karmic completion, or the beginning of a karmic cycle, to where something happened for you, Leo, that kick-started it, or should I say snowballed it. And I feel like it started back in the biblical days, perhaps with this person. So we are going to pull some more cards here concerning this past life. This is the Akashic Tarot. So we're going to shuffle these up for you, Leo, or intuitive viewer. We're going to shuffle these up and pull some more about this life, taking a peek into your Akashic records, into this life for Leo or the viewer, talking about this life that's coming through here from the biblical days. Okay, paths unknown. So that goes back to coming across on the ships, right? Coming across on the ships. Things were unknown. I feel like, I don't know where it's at. Okay, maybe it's up front here. This is where I've seen ships coming through here. Well, anyways, things were unknown at the time. I feel like this is underlining energy. So 8 is about changes, things that change. Sometimes things that change are out of control, our control. So I feel like that is part of the message. I feel like in the biblical time frame, there was unknown paths, unknown things ahead of you, perhaps with this person. I feel like for some of you, I feel like for some of you, Leos, I feel like there definitely was, I feel like there was a path in front of you that may not have been lit as brightly as what you viewed it as. And I feel like that comes back to that spouse energy. I feel like you are stepping into unknown territory with this person, considering perhaps their religious background or their spiritual background. Again, I'm going back to the beginning of this karmic cycle energy where perhaps it originated from. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards here. Yeah. So we have up in the air. So up in the air in reverse talks about bringing things that perhaps were up in the air down to earth and implanting them in earth. So we have the King of Keys. So that could be that spouse energy coming through there. Look at that. There's the spouses coming through, both of you guys in the, okay, oh, Buddha prepares. Beautiful energy here. So we're going back to the spouse energy. Well, I'll tell you that this is a very beautiful energy, not only because you have the past life opening up the door to a divinely marriage, but here you are coming into this through even the Akashic Tarot, coming into as coming down to earth for a specific reason. You and this person during the biblical times. And I feel like with the Buddha prepares, I feel like through this lifetime, it was preparing you for a particular path, is what I feel here, especially with the paths unknown coming through here. So we have, this is scrolls. Scrolls is about our mind. It's about communication. It's about our thoughts, about how our thoughts communicate to us. But basically it would be equivalent to the swords if you want to look at it that way. So here you are standing at a crossroads in the underlining energy. You're standing at a crossroads, and sometimes the underlining energy refers to the purpose why you are watching this video. So I feel like that's exactly what that energy is there for. It is showing me the purpose why you are watching this video. And it has something to do with absolutely another person. I feel like you two are on the same page, even in the current life. I feel like you both are realizing that this is not the first lifetime that you guys have had together. I feel like you both feel like that you've been down here on earth several times, especially with the up in the air coming down, because when this is in reverse, that's exactly what it talks about. Things that are up in the air coming down to earth. So that's what I feel like. And you both know that you were being prepared to meet each other in this life. And I feel like it's unknown Like, I feel like you guys are going to cross paths, Leo, and at first it's going to feel familiar even though you guys do not know each other. And I feel like when you two cross paths, it's going to light something up within your heart space about this person. Like, it's going to be a deja vu. Like, oh my goodness, I don't know this person, but why do they seem so familiar? And here we go, right? Here we go. So it's coming in is you are questioning this path. You see something, but you're questioning it because you've never met this person before. You never felt this way about this person before. You never felt connected to this person on a mental level with anybody else other than this person before. That's because you two have been spouses through several lifetimes, starting with the biblical days. You guys were spouses. You've been incarnated here on earth many, many times, preparing you for this lifetime that you are in. And that is why when the time is right, you two are going to cross paths if you have not already crossed paths. But that you two are going to cross paths and awaken one another about something that perhaps was unknown within you two. Because there's definitely a connection. When I see 8s, I think of a connection here. Okay? So we have an 18, which is a 9, and a 13, which is a 4. 9 and 4 adds up to a 13, which the 13 is the death card, right? So you two are going to cross paths to shed some heaviness from perhaps some lives that you lived in the past here. Some lessons that you have need to learn in the past from each other. You guys were like, you guys met, I feel, several times, but you guys were the opposite sex. Like, for instance, now if you cross each other's paths, you could be the female, they could be the male, or you could be the male and they could be the female. But you guys are opposite now than it's what you were then. You were the opposite now. And I feel like somebody could have had to travel to provide for their family, is what I feel here. Yeah. So that is what I feel. I feel like somebody had to travel. And I feel like they had to travel to, like, sometimes faraway places. Sometimes they had to travel by boat. And I feel like they would write back and forth. You guys would write back and forth to one another or document your trip. Journal it, so to speak. I feel like even though you two may have been spouses, there may not have been enough there to hold the marriage together. Yeah, karmic relationship. Yeah. So you come down as star seeds, and I feel like this is that karmic relationship that's coming through now. Yeah. Okay. Where in this lifetime you were preparing all of the other lifetimes before. This is all of you right here. All these lifetimes before you was preparing you for this lifetime in the present moment, for you two to cross by paths to complete this karmic cycle, and perhaps to come together in a more balanced way. Because look here, he is standing here on his white horse, right? The knight in shining armor. He's standing in red, which represents keys, 6 outs, wealth, value. See how close these two are, she's standing on this castle right here in the background looking out over, and she's happy to see that her husband or her other half is finally coming home, and she's been sitting here waiting and preparing their home, their castle, wow, and trusting, right? Trusting that he will come back home, right? Trusting, but knowing that she's not going to know, or he's not going to know all the answers, right? He's not going to know all the answers. Things are still unknown. Things are still unknown as to how these two are going to cross paths together, or the path back home, so to speak. All right, so that's what I feel, and I feel like this is the question, like, why you're watching the video. Why are we crossing paths again? I want to know this because, and I feel like it's to complete, you guys come back down here in this lifetime to complete this karmic cycle, and all these other lifetimes that are coming through prepared you for this. So the reconnection has to happen for a reason, to clear it out. So you're down here as a special, for a special reason. You guys are star seeds. It goes way deeper than the physical reality of it. It goes way deeper than that. Like, there's a sense of valuing one another, appreciating one another, working together as an equal team player. While one's off making the money, the other one's taking care of the home. There's like a balanced energy here, which is absolutely beautiful, right? Because here he is coming through the castle. She's waiting on the castle, on the top of that castle, looking out over, seeing him coming there on his way back from perhaps Lord knows where. Alright, so that is what I see. So this is a blunt message for Leo or the viewer from this self in this life here to the life that you need to know right now, that's important right now. What message from the self that's come through from this past life to the self that needs to know it right now, meaning this important message, a blunt and very important message from this past life to the self that's watching this viewer or this message right now. A blunt message. A blunt message for Leo. If you are waiting for a sign, well, here it fucking is. If you're waiting for a sign, okay, what the hell are you waiting for? Get that shit done. So this is sacral chakra energy. So sacral chakra talks about your desires and your desire to co-create things, and what you co-create, how you co-create things, from the emotion of it. So yourself in this life, this past life, is telling you in the current right now moment, if you're waiting for a sign, well, here it is. So they're showing you the signs, right? They're showing you the signs that you've been prepared for this, right? It's time to step into the unknown and trust it. Trust the road that is less traveled. That way you can make it the way you want to make it. Why be a follower when you can be a leader? And that's what the kings are. Especially the keys. They are leaders. They are providers. They're stability. They're successful. They're wealthy, especially in the upright position. They're good team players. As you can see, these two very much are team players. Alright, so a blunt message from this soul self to the self that's watching it Action. I step into my glorious future with determination and power. Action. So this soul in this life, this higher self in this life is telling the self that's watching it's time to take action, right? If you're waiting for a sign, well, here it fucking is. What the hell are we waiting for? Get that shit done. Step into the future. Stay determined to reach for the stars, right? Reach for the stars. Okay, and then one more card. A blunt message from this self coming through this past life that's important to the viewer right now. A blunt message from this self in this past life that's important to the viewer now. A blunt message from this past life self that's important to the viewer now. A blunt message. Invite your fears to tea, Leo or viewer. Fears aren't facts. Often they are just scary thoughts or feelings. Instead of judging your fears, invite them to tea. Offer them a cookie and have a chat. Listen to what they have to say. When we're courageous enough to be with what scares us, we receive a powerful wisdom. What are you waiting for? It's time to take action. It's time to sit with your fears, your thoughts, your feelings, and stay determined to step forward into the unknown, regardless of what scares you. I feel like it does absolutely have everything to do with the relationship. Absolutely. And I feel like you're waiting for a sign and they're telling you, what are you waiting for? The time is now. It's time to face this fear and stay determined to step forward with the powerful wisdom that already lies within your soul about this situation. The next series of cards is called Future Energy. So we're going to pull an Enchanted Map Oracle card to see where you're at on your journey when you start watching this video. Where are they at on their journey in this life when they start watching this video? Where are they at on their journey in this life? Where are they at on this journey in this life? Wide open. So it's in reverse. So there's that fear that your soul is talking about. Be courageous enough to face what scares you. And that's exactly what I feel this card is trying to tell you. Goblins. Yep. Goblins. That's the goblins right there. The fears. The goblins. So we have a 42, which adds up to a 6. And a 5. A 6 and a 5 adds up to 11. So what are you doing? Mastering something. What are you mastering? Your thoughts and your feelings about coming to the edge of a situation and trusting in the power of the universe and stepping into the unknown, right? There's a lot of goblins. These are the fears that are around you about this situation. That's why you have this fear of stepping into this situation. I feel like it's like the pathway is lit up, but I feel like they're still blinded, and what you're blinded by are these ghosts and goblins right here. And the power is in your hands to make these changes. All you have to do is have the courage to face them and understand why they are here. They're all in your head is what's happening. They're all in your head. Leo, that's what I feel. So, you are free to express your uniqueness to the world and share in all the bounty of life's endless possibilities, but it is in reverse. So envy, jealousy, and possessiveness are character flaws. So be careful of this at this time. Someone or you, viewer, are closed off and you're unable to remain open to new ideas and or intimacy. So you're getting a gentle warning that holding on too tight to this situation is choking the life out of it. Okay? It's choking the life out of it. And that's because why? Because you fear it. There's a fear involved here. So I feel like either you or another person is shutting the door to the other person. I feel like somebody closed the door to the other person. And that's because somebody needs to open their heart and open their mind about this relationship and why, again, you two cross paths. Okay, so that is what I see, and I feel like that is part of the changes that you can make. But I feel like, again, it all starts from within. Fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. Yes. Fear. That fear. Have that tea. Come in, sit down, have tea with that fear. Face what really scares you when it comes to your thoughts. That is what your soul self is telling you about this. Is telling you, wants you to know about this in this life. The fear is just an illusion. So goblins are born from wounds. When something is lost or some sort of an experience that's where it was born at, is some sort of an experience that you had. And this wound is still within you, and it's a shadow. And it's coming up to remind you where they were created from. By mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, unlovable. These are all those goblins are telling you this. And it is, and it holds you hostage. It makes you feel not worthy, makes you sabotage yourself. Makes you feel like you're lacking what you need. So this is a shadow within yourself that you need to face. And see that these goblins are just illusions. You need to release the resentments and negative self-talk. So letting go of this negativity. And open your heart and loosen the grip. And don't try to force something that may not be quite ready yet. for you, Leo. But there is a reason why you two cross paths. And I feel like that's the most important thing. You two cross paths for a reason. So don't be overthinking it. Let go of the negative self-talk, the self-sabotage. Stop thinking that you're not worthy, or stop overthinking as to why this situation is coming back around. I feel like they are showing you some signs, but this illusion of these goblins telling you otherwise is causing you to fear moving forward, because I feel like you're at a crossroads. Oops, sorry. So we're going to go ahead and pull, for those of you who chose door number 1, a little bit more about this journey that you're on moving forward. The journey that Leo or the viewer is on moving forward out of where they're at on their journey. The viewer or Leo, where they're at on their journey in this life. Okay, the Magician. So somebody is having a new beginning. They're gaining a tool in their Magician box, is what I feel here is the underlying energy. And that's because we have this, and that's why I got a Master 11 here. Look at that, Master 11 and a 1, 1, 1, 1. What are you mastering? Well, facing in fearful thoughts. They keep telling you things. The thoughts that keep telling you're not worthy. The thoughts that are telling you're not capable of this. The thoughts that tell you can't be successful. The thoughts that tell you you're not worthy, right? And therefore, it is earning you a new tool in your chest, because what are you doing? Mastering some sort of a lesson. And this lesson is bringing you a new beginning. Okay, especially with the Magician. Magician is tied to the planet Mercury, 8 of Michael. Yeah. You are making a choice to gain that courage to take off that blinder. With the 8 of Swords, are taking off that blinder and seeing that your fear was the bars and made you feel trapped. You are seeing that. 2 of Raphael, when it comes to this divine relationship. The Emperor. So somebody is, I feel like somebody is a bit controlling. And I feel like that's back to these thoughts right here. It's coming back to the thoughts here, Leo, and how that you allow them thoughts to control your thoughts about the relationship. So what are you doing? You are slaying these inner goblins, these inner demons within you, when it comes to how you're viewing this relationship. But I do feel you two could be very magical together as well. We have look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. You had, look, the King and Queen come through in the Akashic Records. You had the spouse come through here. And here you are coming through again as the divine couple. Right? The feminine, the masculine, and the 2 of Cups. Divine couple. So I feel definitely I feel like you both have a lot of inner demons that you need to slay about the thoughts about this relationship, how you're viewing the relationship. I don't feel like it's one-sided. I feel both of you need to let go of the negative thinking about this relationship. I feel like you can have a successful new beginning, and you two are very magical together. You're divine counterparts. And I feel like both of you need to see the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to this relationship, because you're being offered a chance to step out of this dark energy. You have paths unknown, right? You can't see the way forward on this path, but yet you can see the light, right? You can see the way forward, but yet you're not sure where it goes. It like cuts you off, and then it goes into the dark, which goes into the goblin's energy about the situation. Well, I feel like Spirit is definitely telling you one of the reasons why you guys were persecuted, one or both of you were persecuted in biblical days, is because you were a magician. You had magical powers that were within you. You were divine counterparts. You were, I want to say twin flames. Like, you two were past life spouses. In a past life, apparently, again in this life as well, through several lifetimes. So you're coming through this time. And I feel like, again, back to that original message, there's like a deja vu, or a sense of, where do I know you from? Even though you may have never known each other in this lifetime, but when you two cross paths, there's this sense of familiarness between you two. Like, you've known each other. You looked into each other's eyes and knew that there was a sense of being familiar, also a sense of, hey, where do I know you from, kind of situation. And that's because you two are divine counterparts. You two are the masculine and feminine, that you two, and I feel like both of you see a lot of signs and synchronicities about this situation, but I feel like these fears that are stemming from this past life are affecting this life right here, right now. This is one of the goblins that are coming up, and that's because of this Eight of Scrolls. The mind playing tricks on you. Eight of Scrolls, Eight of Swords, right? The mind playing tricks on you. And keeping you caged in that illusion that you are boxed in, that you're unable to get rid of these self-sabotaging emotion, thoughts. You sabotage every relationship you ever get in. It's like, if you don't do it, somebody else does, and you're always waiting for that other shoe to drop kind of energy. So Spirit is telling you, let go of that, right? Let go of that. You two were meant to cross paths in this lifetime, and this time this relationship will be successful. There's a sense of mirroring happening between you two as well, where one has the fearful thoughts, the other one knows it. When one sees the light, the other one sees it as well. And that's why you got the 11 here. It's talking about the twins. And how you two are mastering this together, Leo. Alright. So that is a little bit about that. Let's go ahead and see what is your life's purpose. What is the purpose for you being here, Leo? What is the purpose? What is the purpose for you being here, Leo? What is the purpose for you being here, Leo or viewer? What is your life's purpose in this life? What's the purpose for you being here, Leo? What is the purpose for you being here? Music and travel. Your connection to music is healing for others and yourself, and your life's purpose involves traveling. Alright, so For some of you, it could be an internet business. You could be doing music off the laptop here, maybe downloading different instrument apps and putting it together for some of you. I feel like you're polishing, you're polishing these gifts. For some of you, I feel like you're just meant to be a musician and you're going to be traveling the world. You could, it says about healing, right? The magician. So I do feel I do feel it is meditation music, or maybe some music with some hypnosis in it that is very healing, especially for the chakras coming through here, Leo. I feel like you also perhaps teach manifestation music. I feel that you have, in this life, you're going to have the ability to travel with this and perhaps do conferences and stuff like that and show other people how to do this. I do feel, the reason why I feel hypnotherapy is because of the Eight of Michael coming through here. That's the Eight of Swords. That's about our thoughts. Music to help heal and break free of thoughts, like meditation music. And it's going to travel around the world through the internet. And you're going to teach how to use this music to shift from feeling trapped in our thoughts to being able to manifest using this. And I feel like this is why you're here, is for this specific reason. And it's going to help heal other people, specifically through the internet. I feel like this is an internet business. And we have Mercury here coming through too. Mercury. So I do feel strong hypnotherapy, meditation music using hypnotherapy for some of you. Being able to cast spells in a very musical way, using poems, with Mercury and music, you're very poetic, you're very musical, very talented, and this gift is going to travel worldwide through the web, through the internet. You're going to become famous. You're going to be very successful with this business in this life, is what I feel here. And it's, again, going to put you at a crossroads in your journey about perhaps a specific situation. Okay? That is what I'm feeling for you. I mean, I could sit there and channel all day, but that's the main story that I am getting. So, this next question is a final advice from the universe that they have for you about how to take your next step in this life. Final advice from the universe about how to take the next step in this life. Final advice from the universe about how to take this next step in this life. Taurus. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Yes, your thoughts. Back to Mercury. Right? Mercury. Thoughts are very powerful. So when your masculine and feminine chakras, which would be your solar plexus and your sacral chakra, are out of balance, what you're doing is the music that you're trying to put out there when it comes to healing is out of whack, out of balance. So I feel like Horus is coming through telling you, let's fine tune this a little bit. Okay? Let's fine tune this a little bit. And let's see how these fine tunings will make changes in your career, your life, and how the vibration travels through the world to the people that it is meant to travel to. So your thoughts, again, with Mercury coming through here, are very powerful. Very, very powerful. Especially with the Eight of Swords coming through there. Thoughts are very powerful. So let's go ahead and pull another card. Final advice that the universe has for the viewer about how to take their next step in this life. Final advice to the viewer. Final advice for the viewer. Purpose. I know what I am here to do. So final advice for you, the viewer, is your purpose is to create this music. Use the power of your thoughts and use the power of your words to heal. And that is what your purpose is. You already know that. You already know what you're meant to do. You know it's going to travel across the world. It's going to be very successful. It's going to be part of the next part of your journey. So that's why they're really telling you that, hey, you know what you're supposed to do here, right? You know. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what are some signs that they are showing you. What are some signs that they are showing you, either Leo or the intuitive viewer? What are some signs that they are showing you? Rocket. So we have voyage coming through here. Red, passion, anger, courage. So when you're in that anger, things have a tendency to catch on fire and burn up before they have a chance to manifest. So when your thoughts are in an energy of being angry, then what you manifest ends up burning up in that fire of anger. But when you stand in the power of courage and keep them thoughts positive, and keep, and that's the tool, right? It's the sword. That's what's missing here. That's why I get the Eight of Swords, and you're realizing that it's your own mind that is actually holding you back here. It's your mind. Is your thoughts about the situation either cause you to take off, or it burns up before it even has a chance to take off. And that's what your thoughts are. Burning things up before they even have a chance to grow. So they're telling you to ground your energy, ground your thoughts. You know that you need to do that. It's very, very important. And listen to some music to help you meditate. Also, I feel like you're also meant to create music as well. Yeah, look at this. I'll be clinging. So you're clinging to this insecurity, I feel, in your root chakra about this relationship, is what I feel. And the insecurity is how you are viewing the relationship, your thoughts about the relationship. And it's like, what's the purpose of us crossing paths again? Why is this? Yeah, well, because there is this connection in the 3D world that ignites a passion between both of you, this fire between both of you. And then eventually there's this explosion because there's so much fire. But then there's so much pain that you both are clinging to that has been instilled within you over generations, over lifetimes, that is kind of like keeping you from ascending, is what I'm feeling here too. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more information. These last two final cards as advice to the viewer from the universe. So I feel like what they're telling you is allow this fire of this journey to purify that poison of these thoughts that you're clinging to, and have the courage to allow the music in your heart to guide you. Stay focused on what your purpose is, which is to be this creator. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull two more cards as advice. Okay, yeah. See, the energy is too scattered. You're too scattered in your reality with this emotion. Too scattered to create because of clinging to this poison. And what it does, again, is that fire burns it up very quickly with the wands. It burns it up very quickly. And you feel like drained very quickly. 9 of Wands, so yet there's that wound. Like, I just can't pick up the pieces anymore. I don't have the energy to go through this again. It's like a very quick, intense, you guys cross paths, it's very intense, it's very quick, it's very fiery, and then boom, like it explodes, or eventually the fire gets put out, and then this anger happens, and then it's, like I said, explodes. And that's because you both are clinging to the past energies of this relationship through the breakup. You both are clinging to that breakup energy, that wound in a reality, and there's a lot of anger involved. Alright, so there you go. That's what I feel for those of you who chose door number 1. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Alrighty, for those of you who chose door number 2, let's go ahead and open up that door and take a look inside of this life. For Leo or intuitively guided viewer, whoever chose door number 2. Door number 2. For those who got it to watch or Leo's, door number 2. Let's take a look into this life. Door number 2. High priest or priestess. So you were a high priest or a high priestess in this life. Oh yeah, you were a druid. You lived in communal living, such as you shared living quarters with other people. You lived a simple life, a humble life. I feel like you vowed yourself to this communal living as like the high priest or high priestess, like such as a druid or a monk. Yeah, definitely. And I feel like it all had to do with the relationship. I feel like the relationship was one-sided. It wasn't an equal kind of a relationship, like somebody loved one person more than the other in the relationship. I feel like it was a marriage. You two vowed to be in this relationship together. And I feel like you guys were star seeds. And you come down in this life to come together to teach each other something in this relationship. I feel like you definitely, I want to say you didn't have perhaps a normal marriage. I feel like it could have been a different kind of a marriage, such as a hand fasting. But you definitely vowed to love one another, and it didn't work out, is what I feel. And I feel like because of that situation, when it didn't work out, you still kept your vow to not be with anybody else, is what I feel here. I feel you had, like, it says transportation train, but I feel like this, I feel like something hit you like a train, like you felt you got ran over by a train. Something about that is what I feel. Yeah, that's what I feel there. I do feel druid energy coming through there, where somebody left the other person, even though they vowed to love them for the rest of their lives. They took the vow to be together forever. There still wasn't enough love to keep this relationship together, but if after the relationship ended, I felt like somebody still stayed faithful to their religious beliefs or their spiritual beliefs, and they took that vow to, live alone and not to get with anybody else, is what I feel here. So therefore we are going to move into, this is the Akashic Tarot. We're going to open up your Akashic books into this life. Tap into the Akashic records of this life and get a little bit more information about this life. So we pull one off the bottom of the deck, and I've noticed throughout the readings that usually the bottom of the deck card connects you from this life that's coming through to the life that you're watching this video in. I've been noticing that. So one more shuffle. Give me a open up the Akashic records to this life for either Leo or the viewer. The Akashic records to this life. Either Leo or the viewer. Okay, Buddha prepares. Yeah. So with the Buddha prepares, they're telling you that you had to go into this communal living. It was all part of the process. I feel like this last life, remember I said how sometimes the bottom of the deck card can refer to this life that's coming through and how it pertains to this life that you're watching it in. I feel like that's one of them cards there where they're coming through telling you, we have been preparing you through these lifetimes for where you're at the current moment. I feel like there's a lot of people perhaps that follow you. You still could have the high priest or the high priestess label. You could very well be ordained. And you have a lot of people who follow you, and they feel like they are followers who sit there and they wait for you to come out with things. They're sitting there preparing themselves for the things that you say, for the way that you say things, for the wisdom that you're passing along to them. And I feel like the reason why they're doing it in this life is because in the last life you had the same scenario. but it wasn't exactly a light. Okay, so you have the High Priestess of Continual Living here. I feel like you were like the head, you were the priest or the priestess, and you definitely had yourself a congregation of people who lived in this building, such as a nun or a Buddha or something along them lines, is what I feel. And I feel like they're telling you that this life here was part of the preparation for you coming into the current life that you're watching this video in, Leo or viewers. So let's go ahead and pull. Oh, look at that, Oracle of the Delphi. Oh my goodness, right off the bat, there you are. Hilarion. So you are connected to Ascended Master Hilarion. Three of Scrolls and the Three of Keys. Alright, so what I see right off the bat, it goes back to the original message as this past life that's coming through was preparing you for this life, because here we are coming through. The very first card that I pull off the top is the Oracle of the Delphi. The Oracle of the Delphi is somebody who is very psychic, very a remote viewer, somebody who can go into a trance and see the future. Somebody who is that clear channel, can channel messages, and as she's channeling them or he is channeling them in, she's able to communicate them out, perhaps like a voice channeler, an automatic writer. You were definitely an oracle, and you would get messages here from the spirit realm. You had a direct connection to Hilarion, and it goes back to what I said, you were being prepared for this. This was all part of setting the course in this life, was setting the course and all preparing you for the life that you're in now. So the chess game in reverse tells me that you picked up the pieces, and I feel like this tells me that you thickened the skin that you had within you from being knocked over in this past life here in the communal living. Remember, there was a separation that happened between you and another person where you guys vowed to love one another, but somebody, I feel, was unfaithful in that vow, and there just wasn't enough love to keep it together. But still, the one person still went off and didn't remarry, didn't get in another relationship, right? There could have even been as far as this other person could have caused a lot of health issues with you as well. You guys come from the same star planet. You guys are star seeds. And this also tells me about the male-female. You come down in every other life as every other male or female. So this also tells me too, this spouse came to give you lessons, and that goes back to the karmic relationship. But it was all preparing you for this life that you're currently in, right? So I feel like here they are, right, giving you a deeper look. And here we have two major arcanas, but this is Scrolls, talks about our mind, it talks about communication, it talks about the thoughts that we have about ourselves, perhaps other people, or the situation that we're in. Keys talks about success, values, wealth. And you got 2 3s here, so here you are mastering something. 3 and a 3 is a 6, and a 5 and a 1 is a 6, right? 6 and 6. You are definitely going through a mastering of something, and the mastering of this something has a lot to do with your spiritual gifts and spiritual talents. Again, working with Ascended Master Hilarion and connecting yourself to the Druid religion or spirituality or the Druid path as a priestess or a high priestess. I feel like it's been handed down to you through generations. I feel like your ancestors have walked with you in this path. They also are part of the plan. I feel like they were guiding you. I feel like they were around you and protecting you as well from the naysayers. Again, and it was all part of the plan. They were preparing you for, a lot of people were waiting for you to come out, but your ancestors, your spirit guides, and Hilarion was around you, protecting you from the people whom tried to cause division, tried to cause friction, were against you being successful, were against you being at wealth, tried to throw you off balance. And I feel like it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Because I feel like you stood in your power. You followed your course. I feel like you were very strict to where you wanted to go, what you wanted to do, and I feel like you didn't let outside influences to stop you. You knew your power here with the Oracle of the Delphi. You knew you were gifted. You knew that you had this mediumship ability. You focused in on it. You knew you had a connection with the divine. You knew you did. You know why? Because you spent time alone within yourself. You got in tune with that part of you, with the Buddha. You went in and you got in tune with that part of you. You knew you had magical abilities. You knew you were special. Okay? So let's keep going. So this is a blunt message from this self right here that's coming through to the self that's watching this video. A blunt message to the self. The blunt message from the self that's coming through from this past life to the viewer that they need to know right now. A blunt message from this past life self to the viewer that is important that they need to know right now. A message from this past life self to the viewer that's important that they need to know right now. Blunt message. Rebel. Because fuck it. So I feel like for some of you, you may need to rebel against something. Get the fuck out of your head. Yeah, rebel. Get out of your head. Scrolls. Get into your heart. It misses you. Yeah. So rebel. Get out of your head, right? And get into your heart. It misses you. Why else other than just because, right? And if we notice, both of these cards are purple. It's definitely about your spirituality, about your gifts. So let's pull another card. A blunt message from this past life that comes through to the viewer in this now moment that they need to know. A blunt message from this past life self to the viewer that's important that they need to know right now. It's important they need to know right now. Blunt message to the viewer. Acceptance. I unconditionally accept, cherish, and love myself just as I am. So you need to accept who you are, which is you are this oracle, you are this remote viewer, you are very gifted, you have this mediumship ability, right? You unconditionally accept that you have these gifts and love yourself just as you are. Love the fact that you can do this, that you have this ability, right? Accept it. Why? Because there's nothing you can do to change it. And get into your heart. See how she's holding her heart. Get into your heart. It misses you. Right? So let's go ahead and pull one more card, a blunt message from this past life self that's coming through to the viewer that they need to know that's important right now. A blunt message from this past life that the viewer needs to know that's important right now. So you got a couple of them. Forgiveness heals, so you need to forgive yourself, maybe other people. Forgive yourself and others. Let go of the old story. Release any guilt and blame. Everyone is doing the best they can, and this includes you. Kickstart the healing process by surrendering all judgment and hurt. Your health and happiness will thank you, right? Get into your heart. It misses you. Forgive yourself, others, right? Accept everything unconditionally. Accept it, accept that you need to let go of this old story now. Get out of your head about it. Yeah, risk it. See, there's the birds. Seeing the signs. Great things are born from those brave enough to fly. Those who are willing to risk failure. Your dreams require action, and you're ready to make a move. Remember, you have nothing to lose. Even if you flop, you'll receive valuable insight. So get off your butt and take a leap. Go for it. Right? Get into your heart, right? You are healing. Healing happens in seasons. It can't be rushed or forced to fit a schedule. So often we curse the seeds that haven't even taken root, failing to realize it's not their time. They need more water, sunlight, and care. Bullying ourselves blocks regeneration. Also, sometimes the healing we're focused on isn't the healing that's taking place. There's a much deeper healing going on. Be patient, dear one. You are healing. So what I feel you are doing is you're healing a lot of stuff in your heart space. And you're learning to accept it just as it is. And you're letting go of the old story, right? You're letting it go, and you're learning to accept you just as you are, rebellious and all. And you are getting out of this old conditioning of judging yourself, judging other people. Okay? I had to get a drink there, so I apologize for that. So the next set of cards is where you are at right now on your journey. Where are you at right now on your journey? You're going to see my kitty cat, my Loki. Where are you at right now on your journey? Viewer or Leo, where are you at right now on your journey? Where are you at right now on your journey? Leo or viewer? Field of Dreams. And a magical map shifter, number 52, but it's a new verse. So this is like a challenging position for you. Okay. So right off the bat, I feel like you could be in a period, still in a period of incubation. And I feel like you're in a period of incubation because your reality is shifting. Things are changing, things are moving, things are being removed so that new things can be put in. We have a 21 and a 52, so you got double twos here, which talks about the mastering something, mastering the balancing of energies. We have a 1 and a 5 because one's 21, one's 25, which is a 6. So 6 is talk about that being at peace, that balance, that harmony within your head and your heart. So we have a 21 and a 52, which adds up to a 73, which literally boils down to a 10 energy. So 10s talk about like the restart of the next phase of your life, where you have went through the full card, you are learning to simplify your life, moving forward, you're learning to take care of yourself, you're learning that you don't need all the baggage, the stress, you were learning to move forward, like I said, simply lighter. Okay, so I'm sorry my cat's in the way. He's just like, come on mom, love me. I know you get the video going now, love me, right? Love me. There we go. You can see the cards a little bit better. Alright. Let me love him up for real quick for a second. Alright, I apologize there for a second, Leo. My cat was just like, love me, mom, now. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about these two cards that are set in front of you here. Number 21, Field of Dreams. Number 52, Magical Map Shifter. Okay, so number 21. When you come in, where are you at on your journey? Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are always engaging in the vast field of pure potential. So it talks about this is the perfect time to harness the field of vast potential that's not yet realized in your life. Great abundance is yours if you're willing to do the work alongside the gentle gardener, which goes back to the druids and how they lived off the land. Most people look at weeds, they look as medicine. They look at something that can heal, something they can make into a healing salve, potion. They look into the field and see dreams. They see potential, right? They didn't see a field of weeds. Let's spray it and get rid of it. All right. So Leo or viewer, you're coming into this reading in your journey where you are starting to be clear about your thoughts, your feelings, and your belief systems. And regardless of outer circumstances, you are divinely inspired to plant new seeds in a new way, which is definitely going to shift your reality with the magical map shifter beside it. So you are planting better seeds in the garden of your life, and this is an extraordinary time because no matter what is happening in your outer world, whatever seeds that you are planting when you come into this reading is very powerful. Very, very powerful. Because why? Because these seeds that you're planting is coming from the heart space. It's coming from acceptance that, listen, when things happen, they're going to happen when they're going to happen, right? They're coming from a healing space, a happy place, where the seeds are being put in. Because why? Because you're putting the work in. Okay, again, that 10 energy, you're putting in the work by simplifying your life. So Spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny with the map shift, but it's in reverse. So this is telling you that something is coming in, but it's opposite of what you seek. And it's something about you are denying or refusing to see the truth about your current situation, which makes perfect sense here. Perfect sense. Denying to accept. Right? Denying to accept yourself. Forgive yourself. This is about healing your thoughts, right? Get out of your head. Healing them thoughts. So I feel like that magical map shifter is showing you how you create your reality and how your thoughts create your reality. And you got it in reverse here because right now your thoughts are creating the opposite of truly what you really seek. And that's because your head is in your ass. And it's not in your heart. You're not creating from your heart. You're creating from your head. And I feel like this is an important life because this past life has prepared you for this life to teach you something. So you have been asleep. And I feel like what you've been asleep about is this right here. You've been asleep in this field of dreams. So for some of you, you may have premonition dreams. See how she's got her eyes over her, bandage over her eyes. So you've been asleep to these gifts and these talents that lie dormant within you. You've been asleep to this. And your soul has been trying to awake you and get you to accept yourself exactly as you are meant to. Such as loving yourself, right? Forgiving yourself for past mistakes. Okay, so that is what I feel. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards about this life for Leo or the viewer. Some more cards about where you're at on your journey. Okay, for Leo or the viewer, this talks about where they're at on their journey in this life and future energies. Page of Gabrielle. So you have an opportunity coming your way, and this is a brand new opportunity that is being offered to you to shift your whole reality. But it's a very magical opportunity where you're going to be offered a time to achieve something, that you are, again, that you've been prepared for. They're telling you, accept that you're ready now. Stop denying that you have these gifts and talents within you. They are still within you. You can open up that shell and birth this new you right here. By staying optimistic and trusting. Four of Ariel. Yeah, you're hanging on to something here. Nine of Ariel. I feel like you feel as though you don't have the confidence Eight of Gabrielle, to communicate right here. You don't have the confidence to use these gifts and talents to communicate with the spirit world. That's what it is. You feel like you don't have the confidence and you're hanging on to this denial when you come into this reading. You're hanging on. That's what they're showing you. What you're hanging on to is this denial. I don't have this gift and talent. I'm not able to communicate. Oh, but yes, you are. And they're telling you that you can make a career out of this where you can usher in abundance. Like you've been prepared all these different lifetimes for this present situation. And viewer, as long as you listen to that vibration within you and trust what you are hearing, because you are definitely connected to the angels, definitely. But I feel for some of you can't stay focused, and that's part of your problem. Two of Ariel, yeah. The Two of Ariel talks about, especially with it being in reverse, about finding that centeredness within you. And I feel like that's what you need to do. Find this sense of balance and centeredness between your head and your heart. There is where you will be able to open up that direct line of communication with the angels, with your higher self. And have the confidence in what you are hearing. Have the confidence in what you are feeling. Let go of this fear, right? Let go of this denial that you're hanging on to, that you have these gifts and talents. And follow that inner guidance. Follow that light that's shining the way. This is you, right here. This is that light within you. Follow that nudge. Follow that inner passion. Follow that light that flames and just burns inside of you to want to be able to be this. I mean, you're like really gifted, and all these gifts are lying dormant within you because you're denying yourself. You're denying that you have these within you. And it's causing a challenge. And you're hanging on to that denial. You're hanging on to that challenge instead of looking at it as an opportunity to achieve something, to achieve success, to achieve abundance in a very balanced, and like there no interruption, like it's just going to flow right to you. You're going to be able to hear, it's going to flow real to you. You're going to be confident enough to understand what's being said. And I feel like it's definitely going to shift your whole world. So to me, this reminds me of the Eight of Swords, as well as, the Two of Swords, as well as the Hanged Man. So pages sometimes represents students and learning things. So you have to learn to follow that guidance within you, that light within you, and let go of the hold of denial that you have these gifts and talents within you, because you do. They are they're very dormant right now because you're in this denial. But once you stop denying it and realize that you have them, and staying confident in the fact that I can do this. I am psychic. I am a remote viewer. I am this channel, and I'm a clear channel. I can clearly hear my angels communicate, and this is what they are saying. It's like a channel back and forth with the Two of Pentacles. There's a connectedness between you and your higher self or your spirit team. There always has been. It's been within you all along. For some of you, it's about casting spells. Okay? So what is the purpose for you, the viewer, for being in this life? What is the purpose of you being born into this life? Why did you come here? What is your life's purpose? What is your life's purpose? What is your life's purpose? Be the viewer. Protected. You are safe and supported while you change your career. Alright, so I feel this could very well be one of the angels coming in and telling you they're protecting you. You're definitely meant to change careers, absolutely. That's why I was seeing with the Nine of Ariel. You're meant to change careers. They're trying to course correct you. And you're going to be very good at this. Let me see if anything else wants to come out. I feel like they're telling you you are definitely divinely protected. Absolutely. Support. Your life purpose fully supports you. So you are supported as you change your career and become self-employed. And it could very well be a healing career. Infinite abundance. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. Your purpose fully supports you. You are safe and supported. So your angels and your spirit team are around you and they're supporting you through this. And I feel like you see them in your dreams. You feel them in your dreams. I feel like because you're very psychic and you're really open to it more in your dreams than you are in your real life. But look at the basket of fruit. Like the cornucopia of abundance is yours. The divine is supporting you, right? Support, support, support. 3 different cards. All cards say they're supported. You are supported by the divine through this course change of your career. Okay? So let's keep going. So it's future energy. So what advice does the universe have for Leo or the viewer about how to take their next step? What advice do you have for Leo or the viewer about how to take their next step? Saint Germain, karma releasing. You move beyond drama, create your own path, and make room for good energy. Saint Germain, and we have Polarion coming through. Just 2 ascended masters. So you are fully supported because why? Because you are doing some karma releasing in this life. And you are supported as you change your career and create your own life moving forward. Okay? And you're definitely supported in any changes that you make. So you are clearing some karmic energy out of the way here, which goes right back to unrequited love. Karmic relationship that is all prepared you to clear it out in this life. Final advice to the viewer from the universe. Final advice to the viewer from the universe. Final advice. Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So there's a lot of fear coming through here, which makes perfect sense. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So when you set your mind to support your life in fear, guess what happens? You have a lot of trigger and tower moments. But when you set your mind as I can persevere through this, and I am supported as I devote myself to my life's purpose, then what you do is you create a life out of this positive vibration, this positive energy. And look at this, Leo, pride. I love myself and I see myself in everybody. So it's about your pride is coming through. So Leo the Lions, you have a tendency to have a little bit of a pride issue. And I feel like your pride tests you a lot. And through these testing moments, you're being given an opportunity to resolve this challenge or this obstacle and persevere and push your way through it, and create a different reality. Okay, so that is what I see. So let's go ahead and pull what are some signs that they are showing you, some signs that they are showing you in this life, some signs that they are showing you in this life. Luck. So you could be seeing some things happen that make you feel lucky and indestructible. So you and a relationship that you have with another is indestructible. Because why? Because you have had karmic relationships in the past, and you're clearing out that past energy, and this time you're doing that karmic releasing of somebody leaving you due to not enough love to keep it together. Maybe somebody was unfaithful, somebody cheated, they broke your hearts, right? They broke your hearts, and I feel like that's where it's coming in right here, right? Rebel, because why? Fuck it, right? But rebel with love, kindness, compassion. So let's go ahead and pull two final cards before closing out this reading as advice for the viewer. Advice from the universe to the viewer about how to take their next steps in this journey. How to take their next steps in this journey. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I feel what they're telling you about how to take your next steps in this journey. Advice about it is this goes back to that fear, that pride, letting go of that fear, letting go of that pride, pushing through this insecurity that you keep denying, that you're hanging on to, and have the courage to step up to the plate and communicate how you feel. Get into your heart, get out of your head with the insecurities and get into your heart, and have the courage to go up and tell somebody, go up and talk to somebody and tell them how you feel. All right. That is what I see for you. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a great day.